What's up everyone, my name is Ron from Comics and Stuff, and for today's episode we are going over the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Arctic Bat, brought to you by Hasbro. Now it is in plastic free packaging guys, but I do like it. It seems like the G.I. Joe Classified Series team does a great job with this kind of packages. It's got a photo of the action figure and looks professionally done. I mean, check out that background, there's a down vehicle and all that. But what I like most guys is that it's laminated, so it lends to the feel of the box. You know, it doesn't have a window, but at least it feels good and it looks good. It doesn't stop there though. The G.I. Joe logo right here is embossed, again lending to that feel, as well as the top right here. It does have nice artwork of the Cobra Arctic Bat as well, and the accessories are going diagonally like so. To the side, we got some artwork of the Cobra Arctic Bat. To the other side, more of that same artwork, but this time it takes up the whole side, and you do see that number 69. Nice. And the bottom, legalities, barcode, plastic free packaging. To the back, more legalities and everything like that, but to the upper half, it shows the Cobra Arctic Bat with all his accessories, close-ups of that alternate head as well as his arm. But a nice little touch is that they do show you his height, and it says 6.5 inches, so we will see if that is correct once we open the package. All right, and now here is the Cobra Arctic Bat outside of the packaging, and before we get into the figure, we're gonna get into this crate that's pretty much standard with all plastic free packaging Joes. I mean, you got the Cobra logo right there in the middle, number 69 at the top. There is artwork all throughout in order to mimic a crate. At the back, Arctic Bat. At the bottom, number 69, and more of that artwork. And all of these cool accessories came in this cool little bag that has both the Cobra logo and the G.I. Joe logo. So, like I said, guys, I do like the packaging a lot. But let's see if the packaging was correct in his height. I mean, his height is, yeah, pretty much spot on. 6.5 inches. So kudos to you, Hasbro. Now let's get into the accessories right here. We're gonna start off with this pistol. There is no paint, but it's nicely sculpted and it does the job, guys. I mean, what can you say? Does look good enough. Now let's go with the backpack. Again, got some nice sculpt, and there is actually like some slight paint on the hoses. I don't know if you guys could catch it. I mean, it's almost similar to it, but yeah, it's like a brown, grayish kind of a color, if I'm guessing, something like that. And it plugs into the figure like so, right here. Now, this is where my nitpicks start, guys, automatically from the accessories, because first of all, it does look like this is meant to go here, and yeah, he just rolls around with it, you know. But yeah, mine is a bit loose, like a lot loose. And the only way for it to be secured is if I kinda twist it a little bit, and that just does not look right. A little bit right there. Yeah, it's passable. I'm not too mad, and it's a bit more secure there. But that's not my main gripe. My main gripe is these peg holes in the back right there. I mean, they look like they're meant to hold the hands. Nothing else pegs back there. And it would look cool if he got two hands like that and a chainsaw. But that's my main gripe. It's like if he does put the hands that he comes equipment, there's like no other hands for him to have. So an alternate pair of hands would have actually been superb. But yeah, I wanted to get my gripes out of the way. Let's plug it back in there. Now let's get into this chainsaw itself, because there is this cool silver color. And this silver color is going to be a theme throughout. So thankfully, it is nicely done. Again, the sculpt is nicely done. There is some black on the handle, and it does peg into where his hands are supposed to be. So that's awesome. Let's go through this gun right here. Again, it's a sniper rifle from what it looks like. There is a stand, nicely sculpted. The paint, the white paint, is painted nicely. There is texture on the strap. And it looks pretty dang cool. You're going to have some cool pictures with that stand. So I do like that a lot. And it also comes with, I'm guessing, a silencer, guys. So I'm really not into guns too much or so. But it pegs in there. Sorry. Like so. And it does have some texture to it. Let's see if you guys can see that. That's not bad. That's not a bad accessory whatsoever. And let's go with these chest pieces. I will get into the chest that he got on now, but we're just going to do these for the moment. It pegs in like so. Now this one does not got no paint, got no shading. It does have some nice sculpt. As you guys can see. Doesn't look too bad. There is this other one. And the paint for the Cobra logo looks rather good. So it does the job. And now there's this other one right here. Battle damage chest piece. That basically got some dents. It got a crack. You do see inside there. So I do like that one as well. A lot, to tell you the truth. And guys, they're fairly secure once they're in there. And easy to come off. Now, this though. This head sculpt. Rather fantastic. Like the paint on the visor, that gradient from that gold yellowish color to the blue looks beautiful. And yeah, my camera is not doing it justice at all, guys. Like when the light shines on it, it looks like he's in the Arctic, which is, by the way, why I did this. But I rather love this a lot. I mean, there's paint on the vents back there. Nice sculpt throughout the whole head. Does say Arctic polarized right there at the top. Nice stripe, well applied. And when compared to this head, I do not know which one I like best. So let's get into this head. In fact, or let's just get into this figure. Because check out the head on this one as well. Like I said, I don't know which one I'm going to display him with. There is some red on all of those sculpted dots there. And they're nicely applied in there. I don't know if you guys could tell, but yeah, that looks cool. The silver, where it's all painted at, I mean, it does not miss the mark at all, anywhere. So, the paint applications that they did for this figure is rather nice, and that silver got a beautiful sheen to it. The robot arms are well sculpted. You do see individual parts making it look like a robot arm. There's wrinkles throughout his whole uniform. And there is also, I'm guessing, some shading. Or like a very, very light wash all throughout the white to dirty it up, basically. So it's not super pure white. And check out that metallic blue in his chest piece itself. Nicely sculpted wires. That black offsets the machinery in there. Yeah, guys, look at that silver again. Yeah, when it comes to the looks, I mean, these floaty pieces, there are floaty pieces, 2 on his thighs and 2 on his arms. This one only got paint right there on the straps, which is like a brown paint. So, and there's brown paint and all that right there. I mean, this looks like it's a brown plastic and black paint. So, that looks great. Silver on the boots, nicely sculpted boots as well. I cannot say nothing bad about how this figure looks. But again, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so let's see if his articulation just messes it all up. He does have a double ball peg up there, and there is a ball joint down in the neck. Now, you would think it gives you a lot of range on that double ball peg up there, but to tell you the truth, not really. There is some tilt. Back is almost non-existent if you're just using that joint. Down, yeah, it's also not really great. It gives you a little bit, just a tad, but not really much. Of course, you get your rotation. Now, with the bottom joint, though, you do look a bit downer, but going up, still not that much. And of course, the tilt gets a whole lot better. And the cool thing, guys, is that you could also rotate the bottom joint. So when he looks to the side, those neck pieces, like those neck cables, making him look like a robot, go with him. So that's awesome. Now let's go with the shoulders right here. This is a big disappointment. I mean, I tried, guys. I force it, and it's with both arms. It's pretty much as far as he's gonna go. Not quite T-pose. He does do a full 360, and there are butterfly joints that get you fair much back range, so that is not bad. Forward though, not much at all. There is a bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows that although give you great range, hold up, I did that a little bit wrong right there, guys. It gives you great range, you know, that's pretty much perfect. But it does not look good at all. I mean, I know he's a robot, but dang, that's an ugly joint. That looks ugly. Anyway, let's go with his torso. Oh no, swivel and a hinge on the hands too, guys. Almost missed that, but let's go with his torso articulation too, because I want to talk about that. I mean, you don't get much forward with that ab crunch. Forward, you just get one click. Back, you just get one click. There is a ball joint in the bottom, right there by his waist. So, in conjunction, you do get a bit more forward. You do get a bit more back. And of course, that's where you're going to get your tilt. So you do get a tad of that. And you're also going to get your rotation through there. So I actually don't mind the torso articulation. It's not too bad. He does have drop down hips that pretty much give you full on splits. And to kick forward though, we're going to use it with the drop down hips, guys. Let's put that all the way down right there. And this hinders kicking forward, guys. So keep that in mind. We take that out of the way. Gives you a tad up. You're not going to do no crazy, you know, crazy moves. But I think it is enough for what you want to do. A little bit back. And you do get some swivel there, as well as a thigh cut right there. Now, this of course goes up. I wanted to mention this, guys, that because these are floaty pieces, they will, hold up, they will hinder that double jointed pinless knee. So keep in mind that you're not going to get his full range with that on. But with that off, of course, you're going to get a bit more range. So gets you pretty dang good. So I'm not too mad at that at all. You do get a boot cut where it needs to be, basically on the boot. And his ankles do not go up much at all. Just a tad back. And there is some pivot. Guys, what can I say? Like, I love how he looks. Like, a lot. And the articulation is not that bad. But now that we went through this Cobra Arctic Bat, let's see how good he looks with other G.I. Joes. Alright, and for our first comparison, to the left we got Lady J, and to the right we got Duke. And he does stand a bit taller than both of them, but I don't necessarily think this is a bad look. I mean, he is an android. He's supposed to be a bit menacing. So this, I think, just scales right. And for this comparison, I decided to put him next to a couple of bigger Joes with Roadblock right here on the right and Sergeant Slaughter right there on the left. Now, both Roadblock and Sergeant Slaughter obviously look bigger, wider, just taller, everything in general than this bat. But I don't think that's a bad look at all. I mean, Sergeant Slaughter, how many bats did he go through in the cartoon? He'll easily rip this one apart. So I think this works. And our next comparison will be with Snake Eyes and Timber right here. Now, Snake Eyes, you know, he's going to be a bit more agile. So him having a more slender frame than this bat, I think it looks good. But what I was really interested in was how this Timber looked next to this bat, because they'll both benefit from an Arctic scenery. And it looks good, don't get me wrong, but the white on this bat is a bit whiter than this Timber. But that makes sense in general, since he is a living animal and everything will be more dirtied up. Anyway, let's go to our final comparison. Now for our final comparison, of course, we're going to have to do it with Team Cobra. To the right, we got the Cobra Commander. And to the left, we got a red ninja. And of course, the red ninja is more agile and whatnot. So he will have to be a bit skinnier and smaller. Cobra Commander's comparison to the Bat, I like it. I mean, again, the Bat is an android. And Cobra Commander is a man. But let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. So in conclusion, I do like this Bat figure. I mean, I think it's pretty awesome. I do have some nitpicks, like of course it could have benefited from some extra hands, and the articulation is a bit spotty in some areas, particularly those shoulders. But overall, for the price, the sculpt, and the paintwork that's applied to it, I think it's a pretty good figure. If you guys are interested in it, I will leave a link down in the descriptions. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like, comment, and subscribe because all of that stuff helps out the channel. My name is Ron from Comics and Stuff, and I'll check you guys on the next episode. Peace.